Welcome back to Narcissism Freedom, and a special welcome to anyone joining us for the first time. This is a sacred space where truth restores clarity and healing returns you to yourself. Whether you are new here or returning, know this. You are safe, you are seen, and the journey you are on is sacred. There comes a pivotal moment in every survivor's journey when the story changes. Not because the villain apologizes. Not because justice makes itself loud. Not because the world suddenly sees what you endured. The shift happens because you finally stop accepting a role that was never yours. You stop carrying the weight of someone else's narrative. In that moment, the truth begins to breathe again, free and untainted. You were never the villain. Take a moment to let that sink in. You were never the villain in someone else's toxic play. Yet for years you were treated as though you were. You were labeled difficult simply because you asked questions, because you dared to seek clarity where confusion had been imposed. You were called selfish because you stopped overgiving, because you recognized the limits of your own energy and chose not to hand it away blindly. You were painted as the problem because you refused to carry someone else's dysfunction. That was never your identity. That was projection, a reflection of their fear, insecurity, and brokenness. This is the moment where the story shifts from villain versus hero to hero versus illusion. A villain thrives in chaos. They feed on your uncertainty, your self-doubt, your guilt. They need your silence, your compliance, your apology, even when you did nothing wrong. But a hero? A hero only needs clarity. One clear step forward, one firm choice to honor themselves, and the villain's borrowed power begins to crumble. When you choose yourself, something profound happens. You stop explaining. You stop defending. You stop trying to be understood by someone committed to misunderstanding you. In that sacred silence, the truth becomes undeniable. The patterns that once seemed invisible suddenly appear. The chains of guilt and confusion loosen because they were never yours to carry. Heroes are not perfect. They're forged. They are tempered by fire. They walk through betrayal, loss, and doubt, and still rise, with integrity intact. You didn't become stronger because life was easy. You became stronger because the circumstances demanded it, because there was no other choice. Strength is not born in comfort. It is born in the courage to continue when every fiber of your being wants to collapse. The villain's power was never real. It was borrowed. Borrowed from your empathy, patience, and silence. The moment you reclaim your energy, the moment you honor your boundaries, the story collapses. The story that once seemed unstoppable unravels because it was never grounded in truth. Choosing yourself does not make you cruel. Choosing yourself does not make you heartless. It makes you clear. It makes you whole. It makes you free. Self-respect is the sacred armor of the hero. It is the quiet strength that says, I will no longer accept what diminishes me. I will no longer participate in a story that erases me. That strength simply exists unwavering. Release the false identity placed upon you. The story that said you were weak when you were brave, wrong when you were right, broken when you were whole. You are not the chaos. You are the calm that exposes it. You are not the shadow. You are the light that reveals what was hidden. You are not a cautionary tale. You are the living proof of resilience, awakening, and a spirit that refuses to be diminished. Stand tall in your truth. Stand steady in the quiet confidence that comes from knowing yourself. The hero, the authentic, unshakable, radiant hero, always was you. And the hero always will be you. The journey is not about revenge. It is about reclamation. It is about lifting the veils that obscured your vision and seeing clearly who you are and what you are capable of. Every choice you make to prioritize yourself, respect your boundaries, and speak your truth is a sacred act of defiance against the illusions that once controlled you. You may feel tempted to look back, to measure your healing by someone else's recognition, to hope for apologies that may never come. But remember, your healing does not depend on anyone else. Your clarity does not require validation. Your freedom is not negotiated. When you claim it fully, when you embrace your story without shame or apology, the universe aligns to support the authentic you. There will be moments when doubt whispers, when fear creeps in like a shadow, telling you that choosing yourself is selfish or wrong. But this is the test of the hero: to listen to those whispers, acknowledge them, and yet continue forward with courage. Your energy, your peace, your joy are not luxuries. They are the foundation of the life you were meant to live. Every time you honor them, the villain's borrowed power cannot touch you. It is not a race. It is not a battle against anyone else. It is a sacred journey inward. Along the way, you will notice something remarkable. Your life begins to align with your soul. People who were once central to your pain become peripheral. Opportunities appear that feel divinely timed. And most importantly, you look in the mirror and recognize yourself again, a self who is powerful, radiant, and worthy beyond measure. Choose yourself, not in anger, not in bitterness, but in clarity, in love, in recognition of your sacred worth. Stand as the hero of your own story. Walk with the quiet strength that refuses to compromise your integrity. Speak with gentle power rooted in truth. Step into the radiant freedom that comes when you fully honor who you are. The world may not always recognize the hero. Some may try to convince you that your clarity is arrogance, your boundaries are cruelty, your strength is aggression. But the truth remains. The hero is undisturbed by misunderstanding. The hero rises, not because of approval, but because they're aligned with their authentic self. Take this as your daily affirmation. You are not the villain. You are not the problem. You are not broken. You are whole. You are radiant. You are resilient. And in this truth, the power that was once borrowed from you returns fully. Stand tall in your truth. Stand unwavering in your light. The hero always was and always will be you. Let every choice, every boundary, every act of self-respect be a declaration of the authentic, radiant, and unshakable self that you are. Your journey does not end here. Every day offers a chance to reclaim more of your energy, to shine brighter, to walk further into the clarity and freedom that are your birthright. Every time you remember who you are, every time you choose yourself over illusion, the world shifts because truth is unstoppable and heroes are unbreakable. You are not alone. You are never alone. Here, in this space, in this moment, you are supported. You are honored. You are believed in. Choosing yourself is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of courage, of divinely guided power, of love for yourself and for the life you were always meant to live. Stand tall, stand proud, and shine. The story has changed, and the hero has returned. And that hero always is you. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe so we can continue building this space of healing together.